All right, for today, let's do some research. No, so basically, I wanted to see how billionaires use life insurance, and I came across this very interesting article online. The first result of the search query from Google. So let's click on it. It was published last March 24, 2025. And this is coming from fa-mag.com. So Financial Advisor Magazine, I think this is. So let's check it out. Ang ganda, no? This is by Jerry Prince, Ross Allen Prince. Exactly. Yung title is Life Insurance for Billionaires. So let's look at what they have to say. First, sabi nila here is insurance companies face significant potential payouts when insuring billionaires. Of course, billionaires, they have so much assets. Their net worth is so big. They need a big coverage also than a typical millionaire or average person, no? Let's look at several millions, hundreds of millions, and several billion dollars ang coverage na kinukuha ng mga billionaires. Billionaires often use for what, no? Like us, also, we pay for estate taxes for, ito, very important, estate taxes to transfer wealth to their heirs, yan, to their spouse, to their children, just like us here in the Philippines. The current estate tax or the transfer tax of wealth to our heirs is at 6%. Yan yung current. But if we look back historically, the highest, it went up all the way to 35%. So it really depends on how best you want to plan for your next generations. You can start with 6% or the best case scenario, since you know what's the highest rate historically, you can plan for the best at 35% also. Life insurance gives what? Liquidity. Yan. When you have life insurance and time comes, kailangan na talaga magbayad ng taxes like estate tax or transfer tax. Your life insurance can help the heirs, yung matitira, the surviving beneficiaries, not to sell off assets or businesses, no? That's one way and one good way of planning for the next generation. So, kadalasan, walang plano, walang na-prepare. So, they have to, they're required to pay. So, what they do, they benta, nagmamadali, no? Palugi for rush sales ng mga property usually, ng businesses. For instance, a billionaire estate is at 5 billion, estate tax is 40%, so it's other country, no? So the heirs will have to shell out. Kailangan meron silang $2 billion to pay off the estate. Yeah. Ganun kalaki, no? But there's a solution. Since most large insurers lack the capital reserves to cover such significant sums, they depend on reinsurance arrangement to distribute. However, presents challenges. So may insurance company na, meron pang reinsurance broker. Okay? Ganyan ka. Dami ang layers ng insurance business. So another thing to consider when it comes to life insurance for billionaires is the underwriting, no? Well, billionaires can pay or afford, the best medical care lifestyle. So it doesn't mean you can afford right away you can be approved for a life insurance policy, just like any other people that would apply for life insurance. So consideration pa rin yung health ng isang applicant for a life insurance policy. So for instance, a billionaire uses private doctors, health screening, other health measures, but doesn't have health records can complicate the underwriting process. So everybody all go through the underwriting process. Another problem, insuring billionaires is moral hazard. Okay, this refers to policyholders engaging in riskier behavior because they believe they're protected by life insurance. For instance, ano kaya ito? It's the first time I've encountered this. No? A billionaire might take greater financial risks. Of course, we know that's why they became billionaires. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. Participate in dangerous activities. Okay, insurers often tackle this issue, charging higher premium. So if that happens, may higher premium, may high risk activities. Yeah, yeah, private jet, extreme sports. So it applies also to anybody. So yung risk profiling natin. Everybody who wants to get a life insurance goes through the same risk profiling also. So kailangan lang i-declare mo yan. Disclosure and representation in the application time. Billionaires typically hold diversified illiquid asset portfolios like private company, real estate holdings, art collections. A billionaire may own a private company where fluctuations, yung market kasi listed company, intellectually property rights, so usually challenge or evaluation niya cannot be standard. Wala kasing ano sa art masyado, standard valuation. So there always needs to be a reassessment to fund the life insurance money. Increase value, requiring policy coverage, remuneration. So mag-a-adjust. So ganyan ka-complicated ang isang buhay ng billionaire. Even if so they much can afford easily this kind of instrument, the life insurance. So how does it apply? Like for us, I'm an insurance agent. For others, are wealth managers. Siyempre, gusto natin, meron tayong client na billionaire, di ba? Who doesn't want, ako gusto ko, I can work with a billionaire, especially in this aspect, no? Because they have extended wealth management needs. Sila, may kailangan talaga. Especially the huge portfolio they have and assets they have. So, frequent talaga ang kailangan ng planning kasi they always grow in value. There's always adjustments in their wealth. So, you have to be there on top of that. Yan, beneficiary planning. Ito, so beneficiary. So, who will get the proceeds of the insurance payout? Usually family members for billionaires, charities, and business partners. So, we can do that also here in the Philippines. You can include your family members as beneficiary. You can also elect a charity foundation that you want. And also, within your business, no, your key personnel, you can also ensure that the payouts will be given to them. Many billionaires do not directly own life insurance policy. Ito. Ito kakaiba to, and this is really important. They may establish a family trust, a private holding company, SPV, special purpose vehicle. I'm not very sure if we have that here in the Philippines or other countries. That's very common. Family trust, meron yan. Private holding, meron yan here in the Philippines. For various reasons, so they designed this to help facilitate tax optimization, asset protection. So definitely for privacy also, you know. Due to massive potential payouts, life insurance policies requires higher premiums to insure. Because they have the money naman, they can afford the premiums, but they don't want to also pay exorbitant amounts of coverage. So tama, just like us, no. Kailangan natin to, but we also want it at a good price. Life insurance for bills often written for very long term, sometimes extending for decades. Gustong-gusto ko ito. This, they highlight in the article. Another consideration is privacy. So this is really an important consideration for billionaires. Ang iniiwasan dito is na maging public knowledge yung insurance process. So here, we also practice that here. So when I meet people, my clients, no, as much as possible, it's not in a public space. I don't want other people to know, to see, to hear, to have even a slightest idea what we're talking about. Even if I post my social media content, I make sure I don't include any personal detail about my client. I also don't show their faces online kasi I want to maintain a very high level of privacy in any case. Billionaire, millionaire, professional, anybody. I don't want any other people knowing about this process unless they wish or directly told me so. And the same for billionaires, even more, diba? Kailangan may high level of security protocols kasi you're talking about very sensitive, very confidential information about their wealth, their health, yan. Dapat confidential na yan. We treat that very high confidential matters. Complexity surrounding providing life insurance to billionaires, our niche, high-touch insurance market. Specialized teams, including wealth managers, life insurance experts, leading trust and estate lawyers are often required to design and manage these policies effectively. I couldn't agree more, and I'm really happy I was able to come across this article. I hope you learned a lot. For me, it was very enlightening kasi I get to know more and understand how billionaires also operate in this kind of process and how we as service people, like for me, I'm an insurance agent. How do I deliver that? Knowing that what is really important for their considerations also. So this was written by Jerry Prince, professionals. He's also the co-author of Ultimate Rainmaker, Creating a Pipeline of Wealthy Client Referrals for Accountants and Attorneys. Russ Prince is a strategist naman for family offices and ultra-wealthy. Yan. So perfect. Making smart decisions how ultra wealthy families get superior wealth planning results. So there's definitely certain requirement when it comes to dealing with ultra wealthy people like billionaires, and then also for every type of individual kasi iba-iba naman po yung needs and iba-iba rin po yung solutions that we have provide to them specific to their wanting. So I'm trying to learn more about this. So in time comes na meron tayong ma-meet na billionaire, I'll be able to give the top and quality service.